Hey, this is Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 2, Duking It Out. So we come right back in with Kendra still fighting about the house. I think I said everything I needed to say about that last week. Fight. Let's see. So we get to finally meet Kim Fields, who I'm a big fan of. I grew up with the Facts of Life. So it was a little younger than I was. I was younger than it was or whatever. And I also watched a lot of Living Singles, mostly as reruns on like Channel 5 or 9 or 7 or whatever, when they would have like those blocks of reruns. I love reruns. Anyway, so the premise, the reason that she shows up on the show, they never just say like, oh, we cast a new housewife and here she is. It was that Kenya went over there to show her pilot and to ask her to be a director, which is kind of funny because it's, and, you know, what she said was, oh, we haven't found the right home for this. There's been a lot of interest, but they haven't found the right home for it, which if you don't, if you've ever worked in the industry, you know, and even if you don't, you totally know that what that means is that no one's willing to pay her for it. Like, maybe someone's willing to work with it if she gets her own funding. Hey, cut it out. Something like that. So that kind of cracked me up when she said, like, oh, we haven't found the right home for Life Twirls On, because that cracked me up. Do you want to come here, Pocket? Do you want to come? Come here. This is my little dog. Can you see my little dog? So my little dog watches my show with me. Anyway, ask Kim Fields if she wants to be the director, and she's like, Anyway, so she's going to watch the show with her husband. I look forward to seeing how that looks. Portia's got a bunch of businesses. She wants to do hair and lingerie. Phaedra and Cynthia met. I don't even have any notes about that. Candy met with Sheree and her 2 grown daughters, and Sheree's daughters are gorgeous, but I guess Sheree is now officially a friends of, and she's like back for good. Candy meets with her employees, said that she's going to slow down a little bit. Oh, and then Portia has this party to show Duke and introduce Duke to her family. And the most anticlimactic, this should have been like a big, huge moment, but instead they really like swept it under the rug, which is that Portia's getting ready and she's talking to her family about how great Duke is, and then she's like, Lauren, what's going on? And she goes in there and Lauren's like on the floor in the bathroom like with a thing. And she's like, what's wrong, you know? And Lauren's like, oh, I'm pregnant. And they're like, what? And she's like, yeah, I'm like 13 weeks. They're like, oh. And then that was it. Like that was, it wasn't a big moment. It was nothing. Just Lauren apparently is pregnant, and we just moved on. Like the most interesting thing the whole episode. I don't know anything. I don't know if she's with someone, if she's, I don't know anything. It just was kind of like, there it is. So anyway, so she has this big party, and I didn't think it was that weird of a party, but Duke was kind of freaked out by it, which I thought was odd. And then she's like, yeah, I'm just going to include him in my family, and everyone's like, gosh, he's really young. And then there was something with, like, I guess if you Googled him, there was something with a transsexual stripper.
Another one?
I don't, what do you mean another one?
Isn't everybody getting with transsexual strippers?
Yeah, it seems to be kind of a thing. John is off camera. I don't know if you can even hear him. Anyway, so he's like super uncomfortable with this party. And I didn't think it was that weird of a party. Like, I mean, it wasn't like a Phaedra being carried in by people kind of party. It was like, it looked like I don't know. Anyway, so he was all freaked out. And all I'm thinking is that he does not seem as into this relationship as she does. And that is not a good sign early on in a relationship when one of you is like, we're going to look at houses tomorrow. And the other one's like, you know, looking for the door to run away. So there's that, and then Phaedra and Candy talk, and they've been like genuine friends for several years, so I'm kind of glad they're trying to make up. And I've been in the situation where like you're going through a rough time and your friend's going through a rough time and one of you is not there for the other. And so I kind of get that, but at the same time it's like you can't expect your friends to be there for you 100% because everybody has stuff they're going through and all that. So I hope they get it figured out. But Don Juan, like crazy shady about this because he like, I guess like came in and like heard half the conversation, and then he's like, he like has this really strong opinion that Candy shouldn't make up with Phaedra. I kind of noticed a theme with Don Juan. Don Juan is like anti anyone who's not him. So he has a real problem with Todd. He's had a real problem with basically every one of Candy's friends or involvement. So that's a little concerning. But that's about the episode. I'm super excited for Kim Fields. So I don't know why. I feel like kind of how she said. I feel like I kind of know her. So in a way, I'm like excited to get to know her, but I already know her kind of feeling. So I'm gonna be really bummed if she's like just out of her mind crazy. So there you go. I'll catch you guys later.